Hello. I've been meaning to do this for a while. Oops. So a while ago, a couple days ago, I should say, I did my top 20 favorite horror movies of all time. And I've been meaning to do this. I've actually meant to do this the same day, but didn't get around to it. So we have for y'all here right now my top 20 favorite movies, not horror movies of all time. So 20 movies, and we're ready to go. So starting off with number 20 is National Lampoon's Van Wilder. Now, this is the Deadpool's good, but to me this is my favorite Ryan Reynolds movie. Ryan Reynolds, while he is essentially playing himself in Deadpool, he really gets to be himself here. He's all over the place. He's funny as hell. He's, Van Wilder, what else can I say? It's a guy who's been in college for, 6 years? And he doesn't want to leave. I like the sequels as well. Maybe one day I'll do all three of these movies, who knows, but there it is. Van Wilder, number 20. Number 19 is a movie. Growing up, my cousins would come up from Iowa, and there's two movies that we would have to watch when were here. I'll get to one a little bit later down the list because it's also on the list. But this one I had to put here, placement issues, whatever. But, excuse me. So one of the movies is Hocus Pocus. Now, I watch this usually around Halloween. I did a review for this, but I took it down. Kappa got me all worried about reviews. I may review this next year. Who knows? If I took it down. I don't remember if I did or not. But it's a story about three witches who are hung in, Victorian times. And then they are brought back by the flat black flame candle thanks to a virgin lighting the candle. It's very risque for Disney. I mean, back in the 90s, it's Disney in the 90s, and they talk about a virgin lighting the black flame candle. And growing up, I always thought virgin meant you were from Virginia. But yeah, good movie. Number 18 is an Adam Sandler movie. The only Adam Sandler movie on this list, actually, is Bulletproof. I had to decide which one I wanted to put on here. But Bulletproof, I quote the most. Disneyland. Sorry about the turn in there. It's an accident. So, yeah, it's about two friends who, are doing illegal things. But it turns out that the one friend is actually a cop. And the other friend accidentally shoots him in the head. He vows vengeance. And he is selected to, after Adam Sandler's character gets picking up by the police, Jack Carter, or, his character, he is the only one that can go, and because he's been specifically chosen to go bring him back, and the people trying to kill them both. And it's, it's a fun romp, buddy cop movie type thing. Number 17 is the Fast and Furious. I've already done reviews for this, and most of the series are for Hobbs and Shaw, which I will eventually get to. So yeah, if you want my full thoughts on this, go watch it. But just the quick thoughts, it is a sort of remake of Point Break, and some people say it could be a ripoff, but how can it be a ripoff if it spawned a big franchise and Point Break hasn't? Just saying. Number 16 is Ghostbusters. Yes, I have a VHS to represent Ghostbusters. There you go. I thought it would be cool to have a VHS in this. So, because I went to grab the Steelbook, and I'm like, wait a minute, I have the VHS somewhere. Let me go grab that. So, yeah, there it is. What am I going to say? Three scientists just find, a ghost in the library, and they decide to be Ghostbusters. And, it's already on the, I already have a review for this, so go watch that if you want the full. These next three share a common theme, and that common theme is Robin Williams. So, number 15 is Hook. What if Peter Pan grew up? What if he'd left Neverland, grew up, and had a family, but then had to save his kids from Captain Hook and had to go back to Neverland to do it? That's what this movie shows us, gives us. And Steven Spielberg gives us Peter Pan, all grown up, having to go back to Neverland and fight James Hook to get his kids back. It's a very good film. I grew up with it. I absolutely love it. Hook, number 16. 15. Whatever. Number 14 is Jumanji. Remember I said there was 2 movies my cousins had to watch when they came up. One was Hocus Pocus. The other was Jumanji. My grandma had it on a VHS. We watched it. Jumanji. What else can I do? Robin Williams plays Alan Parrish. He gets sucked to a video game. And 20-some years later, he gets brought back. Or 26 years later, he gets brought back by these 2 kids, Peter and Judy. And then they have to finish the game to make it go away. It's a very good film. It's a adaptation of the book, even though there's no Alan Parrish in the book. It's still very good. And it still means something today because there's Jumanji movies coming out to this very day with 2 films now out after this one. There's Jumanji Ugly Jungle and The Next Level, which I have not seen. And no, I didn't have it in my ranking for last year because I hadn't seen it yet. So I need to drink water here. Number 13 is Mrs. Doubtfire. Do look like a lady, do look like a lady. This one hits me even harder now that I'm a father. When he and his wife get a divorce, Robin Williams' character is not given the rights to the kids. He gets to see them once a week, which is, if you're a father, you want to be with your kids more than anything in the world. And so to do that, he goes to his brother, who is a gay, homosexual, whatever the correct term that is, a hairdresser, and a makeup artist, and it turns him into an old woman named Eugenia Doubtfire to be the kid's nanny. Very funny film, It's a funny film. It's Robin Williams. What else can I say? So, number 12 is The Goonies. The Goonies is a movie that everyone wants a sequel to, but probably won't ever get. And I think that's a good thing. It's Steven Spielberg presents a Richard Donner film, The Goonies. The Goonies. It's about trying to find a treasure to save their beloved Goondocks, to save where they live so they can keep living there. And they have to go, finding treasure. It's an ensemble cast. You got Sean Astin, Jonathan K. Kwan, Corey Feldman, Josh Brolin, Cary Green. Very good. Number 11. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I got the month of May. Well, I heard you say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl, my girl. That's right, my girl. I know it may be cheesy. I grew up with this, though. So, all these ones now are ones that I really grew up with. Like, there's the last few, but to me, My Girl is one of those movies that, it's about a girl, but it's also about growing up. And to this day, if I watch this movie, I cannot watch the bee scene. When Macaulay Culkin goes back to find the ring, and he kicks the bee's nest, and the bees come around, and they start doing them. I've had a lifelong fear of bees. To this day, I still don't like bees. And this movie has to do with it, and I can't watch that scene. I have to mute the TV and turn away. Now, you may be asking, well, stupid, dumbass, why don't you just fast forward it? I don't know. But it just, keep the pace of the movie, I guess. But yeah, it's My Girl 2 is okay. But the first one to me is a classic. Great film. It's about, confronting death is what it is. It's all about, like, her dad works in a funeral home. They live in a funeral home. And so she's always, like, trying to stay away from the dead bodies and everything. Like, when he asks her to bring down his pack of cigarettes, she just kind of sets it away from everything. She won't come in there. And it's about her having to confront death, towards the end when her friend ends up dead. So, very good film. Top 10 now. Number 10 is The Rescuers Down Under. Now, growing up, I was very confused on how these worked. I thought that The Rescuers was the sequel. And I kept asking, how come it's called The Rescuers and it's the sequel? And where's the Jake? Where's the, turns out The Rescuers came first. I'm so stupid. I was a kid. I didn't know stuff like that. But, yeah, so, Rescuers Down Under for me is more exciting than the original one. Whenever I try to watch the original one, I'd be like, no, if I do, eventually I kind of want to do a string of Disney reviews. I might have to do the first one again, who knows, or I might just do the review. I fell asleep, so no review, but I don't know. But, yeah, for me, there's more excitement. It's not a musical, there's no music. It really, when Little Mermaid kicked off the Disney Renaissance, this was a part of it, and it, it's a great movie. I don't hear enough talk about it. It's better than the original. Sorry, it is. Number 9. A movie I have still yet to review. That is big. I just recently watched this with my son, actually. It was on TV. And we watched it. And do you ever get nervous when you watch a PG film and there's a scene that's maybe a little risque? If you've seen this, you know what I'm talking about. The scene where after their date, she takes her bra, she has a bra or whatever, and he touches her or whatever, and she does. It's a very quick scene. It's like, and then the lights turn up, whatever. But when you're sitting there with an 8-year-old, you ever get, when you have to watch it with your 8-year-old, and it's not bad. It's nothing, that they shouldn't see. I was waiting for him to ask why he did that. But my son, I guess he doesn't care. Living with his mother. Maybe he already knows too much. Anyway, but Big is a great movie. It's, growing up too soon, and he actually wanted to finish it because we watched it and we couldn't finish it. And then we were downstairs just talking. He said, hey, we didn't finish that movie about the guy who wanted to be big. And I was just like, whoa. I didn't think he actually wanted to finish. He didn't seem into it or anything. And then I had to fast forward through that one scene. And he's like, no, we're not here. No. I don't know. We're past this, But yeah, it's just weird when you sit with your kid. It was weird when I was a kid. So I can imagine, when I'm a little kid watching this, and it's weird to see that, So I can imagine what he was going through. That's what I'm trying to say. So, the hell number are we on? Number 8. Number 8 is, that's not a knife. No, that's a knife. Crocodile Dundee. A PG-13 movie. I grew up with a lot of PG-13 movies. But yeah, Mick Dundee, he's a, from Australian outback, and he gets interviewed by this woman. Eventually he goes to the big city. And yeah, it's a love story, but I absolutely enjoy this. I bought this Blu-ray set, and I watched the first one. And you know what? it still holds up to me. I still absolutely enjoy it. One of these days I'll have to do reviews on them. I don't have the third one. I'll have to get the third one. I've seen the third one. But, you know. Number 7 is The Land Before Time. I did a review on this and deleted it because I got scared. Okay? But it's a review, so I can do it again. 20 an hour. If even, you know, Littlefoot loses his mom, and they get all the dinosaurs. They get separated from their families, had to find their way back. It's only an hour long. It's a small little film, but it's absolutely one that I have a story actually. When our what is it called? It was an office that used to be over here, and now it's downtown. What is that called? Community creation? No, not community creation. That's WWE. What was it called? Human resources, human services was over here back when the mall was still here, and I went over there with a friend of mine. He had to do he wanted me to walk with him, and he wanted to he had to go do stuff over there, so he went over there, and I was there. I was sitting in the waiting room. They had some kind of movie on. I don't know what it was. And the movie got over with, and so they came in and switched the tape around, and it was Land Before Time, so I started watching it. And, like, I guess I got into it because my friend came behind me and said, Dude. He's like, let's go. I'm like, oh, but, he's like, are you serious right now? I'm like, well, yeah. But, you know, one of my favorite movies, you know, so Land Before Time is number 7. Number 6, Star Wars A New Hope. But when I was growing up, it was called Star Wars. All right? You know, what can I say about it? I've already mentioned it in my review. The best ending of any of the Star Wars films, I think. I'm sorry, but it is. Better than, Rey who? Skywalker. Fuck you! I do think that's, like, the better of the two. Like, I mean, Force Awakens is alright, but there's a lot of retread. But I think that's the better of the three sequels in the sequel trilogy. So who knows? But yeah, Star Wars number 6. Number 5. Jurassic Park. What can I say? What? You know, today, when you watch a movie from the 90s and you think, oh, that's going to be terrible, but you watch it now, and it still holds up, the CGI, everything still holds up. This is the movie I think of when you're like, oh, what movie is there from the 90s that the CGI and everything still holds up? Sure, a lot of the, you know, way people talk and everything is a little different, but the special effects in this still hold up today, for God's sake. Very good. Number 5. Number 4. Aladdin. The original Aladdin. I don't have to say that now, but absolutely one of my favorites. If it was only animated films, just be number 1. But yeah, number 4, we're gonna say Aladdin. Great movie. You know, the music, the animation, all great. Number 3, E.T. I also watched this with my kid, and you know we were running around. When he was younger, we watched it too. We would run around the living room going, get yelled at by my mom. But yeah, E.T. A boy has an encounter with an alien, and there's government offices, the guy with the keys, you know. Stuff happens. Very good movie. I don't want to get into it unless I do reviews on this one. I have done a review, so number 2 is Batman. What else can I say? I've done a review on it. Watch the review. My favorite Batman movie of all time will always be. Never going to change. Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. Nothing better. No better live action Joker. No better live action Batman. Never going to change. Batman. And number 1 is, of course, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. What else can I say? I've done a review on this. I've mentioned this countless times in other countdowns. My favorite movie, okay? Third one's coming out this year. I'm going to do a Let's Talk About on the live action series, as well as a little bit on the animated series. I might just combine those. And then I'll Let's talk about the whole the movie franchise. And I'm going to do a review on the movie. But that's not until they come out, which is not until August. So around August, expect those videos. So what did you guys think of my list? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.